welcome back. Now let's look at Act 1, Scene 5 of Macbeth. So, here Inverness is actually Macbeth's castle. The scene is taking place there. Here, in just if we talk about what happens in this scene, so Macbeth's wife has received a letter from Macbeth where he has told her everything about what the spirits had told him or foretold him, told about his fortune, and how two things had turned out to be true. And the last thing that he would be the king. He told everything about this to his wife in a letter. So after reading the letter, she becomes concerned that how will Macbeth become the king, because he is too kind enough that he will not be able to carry out his plans in order to become the king or murder the king Duncan so that he could take the kingdom. So finally, she here prays to the spirits to make her very cruel hearted so that she can persuade her husband Macbeth to carry out the plan of killing the king. So, since the king had decided in the previous scene that he would go to the castle of Macbeth and have dinner there, so she is planning that the king will not go back as he would be killed in their house. Now, how does this happen? Let's see in this scene. Enter Lady Macbeth reading a letter. So the scene opens when Lady Macbeth is reading the letter which Macbeth had sent her. Lady Macbeth, they met me in the day of success, and I have learnt by the perfectest report they have more in them that mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor. By which title, therefore, these weird sisters saluted me and referred me to the coming one on of time, with Hail King, that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightest not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. So, Lady Macbeth is reading the letter where the Thane of Cawdor, Macbeth, has told her everything that the witches made me on the day of victory, and they told everything about that he would be the king, the Thane of Cawdor, and after that he comes to know that they have a supernatural knowledge. When he tries to know more about his future from those witches, they immediately vanished into the air, and he was standing awestruck because he wanted to know more about himself and his future. So he says that as I stood in awe, messengers from the king arrived, and they hailed me as Thane of Cawdor, which means that the prophecy had turned out to be true, the prophecy of the witches, just as the witches had previously announced. So I thought it was important to share this news to you so that you may come to know what things have happened to me today, so that you are not ignorant of the things that are going to happen in future. They have also foretold, or they have told itself that I would be the king, and so they also addressed him as a king. So he says that I will come soon so that we both can rejoice in the greatness that is promised to us. Keep it a secret, and farewell. To thy heart and farewell. Glamis thou art and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised, yet do I fear thy nature, it is too full, O milk of the human kindness, to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldest be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it what thou wouldest hire. Now, after reading the letter, Lady Macbeth, after reading the letter, looks up and says that you are already the Thane of Glamis and now the Thane of Cawdor. And I fear that in order to become a king, You are highly ambitious, but you do not know how to execute your plans because your heart is full of the milk of kindness. That means you are very kind hearted and you will not be able to carry out your plans to become the king. That which cries, thou must do if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do, than wishes should be done undone. He thee either, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valour of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. Now she says that the things you want to do like a good man, and you don't want to cheat. I know your nature, yet you want what doesn't belong to you. So she is talking to herself regarding the nature of Macbeth. So she says that there's something you want, but you are afraid. Why? Because your heart is full of so much of human kindness that you will not be able to gain that thing which you want. And you will be afraid of trying to get those things. So hurry home so that I can persuade you and tell you how to execute the plan in order to get your title of the king. So after all, fate and witchcraft both seem to have chosen you as a king. Now when she was saying all these things to herself, immediately a messenger entered. What is your tidings? Messenger, the king comes here tonight. So she asked the messenger that what is the news that you have brought? And the messenger says that today the king Duncan is going to come here tonight to your castle. Lady Macbeth, thou art mad to say, is not thy master with him? Who were it so would have informed for preparation. So Lady Macbeth did not get that information in the letter that king is going to come for the dinner. So she says that I think you have gone mad. If that was the thing that is going to happen, then your master Macbeth would have already told me, and so that I could prepare the dinner before the king arrives. Messenger, so please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than would make up his message. So he says, I am sorry, but it is true that the king is going to come along with the Thane of Cawdor, Macbeth. He sent a messenger ahead of him who arrived here out of breath so that the message could be conveyed to you. Lady Macbeth, give him tending, he brings great news. So she says that okay, take good care of your master. I have received the news, tell him that. Now the messenger exits, then the raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits, attend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse. So she says that it is a good thing that the king is coming here itself. So as the servant has announced the arrival of King Duncan into my fortress, here he will die, he will never go back. So she is praying to those spirits who fill humans' heart with wickedness. She prays them that come and turn my sex more into a male rather than a female. Make me more cruel, deadly in my spirits. Thicken my blood and clog my veins, so that I feel no remorse, no sadness when I am going to execute a cruel plan. Because if I get human tenderness inside, then it can hinder my evil plan that I am going to execute. That no compunctions visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breast and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers. Wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief, come thick night and pal thee in the dunnest smoke of hell. So she says that come to my female chest, spoil all the source of the kindness and the tenderness that a woman has. Okay, you evil entities, no matter wherever you hide, you are unseen. Do come here and make me ready to cause harm to the person whom I want to just act upon wickedly. So she also calls the night that come thick night, cover the world in the darkest smoke of hell, so that my sharp knife can't see the wound when it cuts open the chest of the person whom I want to kill. And so heaven can't peep through the darkness and cry, no, stop. That means she has become so cruel, so wicked in the greed of taking the throne of the king, that she is praying that make the dark so night that even if I thrust the dagger into the chest of the king, so the wounds and the blood could not be seen by the heavens, which would cry, no, stop, stop, stop. To cry, hold, hold. Now, at that time, Macbeth is entering. Great Glamis, worthy Codor, greater than both, by the all hail hereafter, thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant. Now, as soon as Macbeth enters, she says that I welcome you, the Thane of Glamis and the Thane of Codor. You will soon be greater than both these titles once you become the king. Your letter has transported me everything from the present moment, when who knows what will happen, and has made me feel like the future is already ours. Currently, it is ours only. So Macbeth says, my dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight. So he says that, my dear wife, I would like to tell you that King Duncan is on his way to our castle to have dinner. Lady Macbeth, and when goes hence? Then she says, when is he leaving? Macbeth, tomorrow as he proposes. Lady Macbeth, oh never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters to beguile the time. Look like the time bear welcome in your eye. So he says that he plans to leave tomorrow, but that day shall never come, because as I can read your face, what you are thinking, what you have planned, because your face betrays strange emotions, my lord, and it will easily be read like an open book, because your emotions are just like an open book. To deceive him, you must appear as I expect you to. Greet the king with a warm expression whenever he comes here, in your eyes, hands, and your words, which appear as innocent as a flower, because you look so much innocent, but he like the snake hiding beneath it. The king is coming, he must be dealt with. Allow me to handle tonight's preparation, because tonight will change every night. Today is a night which will immediately change our future from this night onwards, and the day for rest of our lives. Macbeth, we will speak further. We will speak about Macbeth says, okay, whatever you are planning, okay, we will speak about this later. Lady Macbeth, only look up clear, to alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me. So Lady Macbeth says that you should project a peaceful mood, because if you look so much troubled, leave everything to me, I'll handle everything. So that means Lady Macbeth in a way has disclosed some part of her plan to her husband, that he will come here, he will leave tomorrow, you are saying, but that tomorrow will never come, because from this night onwards our future is going to change. Every night, every day is going to change, because he will never leave from here. We will greet him with the warmth and the kindness, whatever is it in our eyes. It will be like we are ignorant like flowers, but then we are going to execute our plan. So this is a scene which is telling that how Lady Macbeth has planned the murder of King Duncan, that when he comes to their house that night, he will never leave it again. Right? So, this way the scene ends.